So we've finished the will. We're now moving to powers of attorneys, and there's two types of powers of attorneys that we are preparing for you. We've done the will, there it is. A lot of red there, but we'll come back and fix that. So the jurisdiction, that will decide on two types of power of attorneys. One is an enduring power of attorney, which deals with money and wealth, and the other one is a medical power of attorney, which deals with dialing up the morphine, the last day of your life, control of your body when you can't look after yourself. So let's have a look at the hints here. Now, the first thing is that the power of attorneys are state-based. They work only in one state or territory. There's 16 types of powers of attorneys. There is 8 types of enduring and 8 types of medical lifestyle. With the enduring, the money power of attorney, you have to pick a state or a territory. New South Wales, Victoria, Queensland, Western Australia, South Australia, ACT, Tasmania, or Northern Territory. If you live in more than one state, then you will need to, at another time, prepare a power of attorney for another state. The signing of a power of attorney can be done from any place in the world. So we act for a client. He had never been to Australia. He built on our website 3 powers of attorneys for 3 different states. His parents died and he had 3 different properties in 3 different jurisdictions, Queensland, Victoria and New South Wales. And he appointed 2 people that have never been to Australia and never will come to Australia. So the fact that you live in Sydney and you're going to have someone sign or accept the power of attorneys, one in London and one in Cairns, is fine. That's normal. And if you do need help with the witnessing the power of attorneys in England or Canada or wherever, we can help you with that. Revoking a power of attorney will show you get a covering letter from us, which will show you how to revoke the power of attorney if you ever need to. Let's now look to the second type of power of attorneys we are building, called medical lifestyle power of attorneys. Now, they also work in different states. Oh, Professor Davies, I'm from New South Wales. No, I'm from Melbourne, and we're the biggest capital city in Australia. And I've looked at the legislation, and it quite clearly says that our Victorian power of attorney works in all states of Australia. The Victorian legislation states that. You're quite right. You're quite right. The Victorians, like most other jurisdictions, will claim that the power of attorney or the medical power of attorney, or in the case of Victoria, the appointing medical treatment decision maker. Only a mother would love that name. Only a mother would love it. Who in Victoria came up with that name for a medical power of attorney? When you take that Melbourne power of attorney or the Melbourne appointment decision maker across the border to Brisbane and you try and register it at the local titles office, they will laugh at you. It's hard enough to get a Queensland power of attorney registered at the Queensland titles office, much less a weird looking document like the Victorian power of attorney. Some of these power of attorneys only have 2 pages, others have over 20 pages. So don't get confused. Just because one state, let's say South Australia, also says that the South Australian legislation says that my South Australian power of attorney will work across all state borders and in Northern Territory and ACT. It's not true. They don't work outside the jurisdiction. So let's have a look at the naming conventions of the medical power of attorney, medical lifestyle power of attorney. No one calls them medical lifestyle power of attorneys. They all have different names. So in New South Wales, Tasmania and Western Australia, we call the medical lifestyle power of attorney an enduring power of guardianship. Of course, we nickname that to POG, P-O-G. So people are talking down the road in Burnie, in Tasmania, about a POG. It's a power of guardianship. And in the great state of Victoria, they have the strangest name of everyone, being an appointing medical treatment decision maker. In our capital city, the ACT in Queensland, we have an enduring power of attorney. They're called EPAs, which is the same name as an enduring power of attorney. They work differently. In South Australia, they're called an advanced care directive, but actually are not an advanced care directive, and nor should they be. And in Northern Territory, they call them advanced personal plan. You wonder why Northern Territory, with a small population, just didn't adopt Victorian or the New South Wales naming conventions, but there we go. Everyone's got to be different. All the people, those little people in the government departments writing up the Acts of Parliament have got to get different names. What is a medical power of attorney? Now, again, there's plenty of training videos as you go along. Well, it's something that deals with your body parts. So with an enduring power of attorney, that's money. So buying and selling shares, your property, your home. The medical power of attorney is about who you lived with, if you work, who you talk to, where you live. Are you going to a nursing home or not? Oh, Professor Davies, I don't want to have that medical power of attorney. I'll make that decision myself. No. Unlike an enduring power of attorney, which could, if you decide later to have it come into effect immediately, the medical power of attorneys generally only come into effect when you are of unsound mind or feeble. So if you're big and ugly enough to be able to talk to a doctor or a nursing home, they're not that interested in talking to the power of guardian holder. So that's the reason we choose a state, because we are state-based. Let us now begin to build the enduring power of attorney, which is our next question.